Hey there people, Russian Box here coming at you with another video. Today we're going to make a video response to this guy's comment that he left circa 2 weeks ago. And the reason why it has taken me this long to release this video and make this video is because, hey, it took me that long to make this video. And that sounded like a bunch of gibberish, but I promise you, it was not. Unlike the shit that Mr. Cup of Fail wrote like 4 months ago. You know this. So the silver is only on one part of the body that stick out, since it's the only silver from everything else of the body being gold with nothing to balance the silver.
Also, I'm talking about the dislike bar. Now I'm going to go do something in the now of a left-winger Warframe YouTuber tweets about that we shouldn't have free speech in the US, then something that is now dead.
When I brought up that 2 of the silver being large is that it makes up for the 4th silver, and the silver is only a more by a small bit. Also, I was talking about the horrible comparison that makes me want to write an apology letter to Joshua right after I upload that video on him today. And G2 got cancelled in the middle of its 2nd year.
Which is why this guy still has a problem with me 3 months after I actually criticized Mr. Cup of Fail's horrible grammar. Which is kinda sad. You'd think one would let go after like 4 months. And actually check out the video instead of focusing on literally like 40 seconds of a 14-minute video. And the reason why he didn't like me criticizing Mr. Cup of Fail's horrendous grammar is because he believes I have committed the same crime. And yes, I'm using the word crime because he seems to take it that seriously. I'm not even joking. Unless he's a troll, which is a, full possibility. And has thusly tried to compare this to comparably minuscule things like 2 R's in very, 2 B's in double, and a space between fair and well in the word farewell. So with that tiny bit of backstory out of the way, let's get into the comment itself.
I guess you don't know what sarcasm is. Not surprised.
Yes, I do. Which is the problem. This...
LOL, emoji response. I sound so cool by saying waifu, shit for brains, and goldfish. Wow, I'm so cool.
Isn't sarcasm. What do you associate automatically with this, comment? Some really clever use of, sarcastic humor, or someone throwing a fit because they know they're fucking losing. And by the way, I don't wonder why people don't take me seriously. I don't give a shit to begin with. And could you point out any place where I say that I was cool in any kind of way? Please. Like, it would make this so much easier if you could just do that for me.
In before you say, ho ho, I tricked you, XDXDXDXDX.
How is it me tricking you when I point out that you're making fun of me for something that I've never said? Are you retarded? I know it's not politically correct to say that, so please, you people are gonna point that out, shut the fuck up. It's a serious question to you, though. Are you retarded? Oh, and by the way, in has never been, is not currently, and never will be a substitute for and. Remember that, because you sound pretty stupid when you substitute and with in.
Your jokes are cringe-worthy. Props to you being self-deprecating, though.
Thanks, I guess. Although, this particular part of the comment is a bit contradictory, I feel. Because on the one hand, you're telling me my jokes are shit, and on the other, you are giving me props for being able to make fun of myself. I don't know how to feel about this.
Your barber must have stabbed you in the brain really hard with the razor when you got your buzz cut.
Okay, now I do. Go choke on a dick, you pig-fucking hypocrite. You criticize my jokes while reusing the same joke again.
Because I haven't met anyone as brain dead as you.
Well, right back at ya. If anything, it seems like I got you running for a few days, since you take forever to respond.
You're the guy that responds at least a day later, 90% of the time. I could care less whether you do respond sooner or later.
Wrong! You could not care less. Couldn't! You couldn't care less. It's not I could care less. Because if you could care less, then you could care less. Saying I could care less tells us nothing about your general position on the carometer. When you say I couldn't care less, that means you're at absolute zero. There's no conceivable way that you could care less than you do. So don't say could, motherfuck. Are you really so stupid that you can't figure out the difference between couldn't and could?
People have other things to do in life.
Yeah, and I don't fault those people. But you're not one of them. Since you are still, after 4 months, crying over 40 seconds of a 14-minute video.
Why should it matter how soon someone responds? Why do you even bring it up?
Let me give you an analogy. 2 people are having a conversation, and it gets a bit heated. And then one of them asks the other a question. But instead of answering or giving any kind of response, the other person just leaves. And then 1 week later, they come back with a response that wasn't really worth the week's wait, effectively killing the conversation. There you can probably imagine why I do care, because if we are having a conversation that then gets heated and you just leave after I've asked you a question or given you a response, and then you come back a week later with a really, really weak-ass response, it gets a bit irritating, and the conversation dies, so, Now, I know that you'll bring up the fact, oh, but you've been gone for a week and this is your response. But yeah, this is my response. It's a video. I don't know what else to tell you, but get a life, bruh.
What the hell are you trying to say here?
Well, if you hadn't been so dishonest and actually included the full quote, you probably would have gotten the context. So, to give you guys the full context of this, I have to go back to 3 weeks ago. To a comment where I say, you really aren't one to call me hypocritical, Mr. Fuck you for pointing out grammar comparable to gibberish. And then after that, he goes on to say,
Mr. Fuck you, Come up with better insults next time if you're going to stand up to me, Bobby Hill.
We got ourselves a badass here!
So I do that. I say, okay, Mr. Shit for Brains good enough for you. And then he says,
Aw, well, I see I got you mad about your shitty life in a pigsty and acted like a 4th grader in retaliation to make yourself feel better about yourself, you double-digit mongoloid. Mission accomplished.
Just for the future, if you're gonna use the word mongoloid, make sure you can actually spell it. If you call me calling you Mr. Shit for Brains a mission accomplished, I don't know what else to tell you but get a life, bruh. So to answer your question, Mr. Shit for Brains, what I meant with that was that going around to people and commenting on their videos, wanting them to call you things like Mr. Shit for Brains, is really, really sad.
You make videos on shit that happened months ago, you clown.
If you're referring to the box of videos that I've only made 3 before this. One of which was made 15 days after the video that it was responding to, and the other 2 were made a month after the comment conversations they were about had taken place. So I gotta ask, what the fuck are you talking about?
If anyone has to get a life, it's you.
Coming from you, it doesn't say much.
In before, but you comment on my videos, so you are clearly no better than me, despite me making videos on stuff 3 months after something has happened, and making comments, XD.
The problem isn't you making comments on my videos. The problem is you bothering me about things that have not been relevant for 4 months.
Do you make these videos because you feel insecure about yourself? It seems like it, since you make response videos on things that happened months ago.
No. Do you make comments 4 months after something's relevant because you feel insecure about yourself? I know your answer's gonna be no to this, which is really kind of funny because the way you've asked it, it can be flipped and used against you without doing any work at all. Because your justification for thinking that I do these videos because I am insecure about myself is that I make videos on subjects that are no longer relevant. Which is what you've done this whole time when commenting to me, talking about the way that I criticized Mr. Copperfiel's horrible grammar 4 months ago. So, unless you answer yes on your own question, you're a hypocrite and you're pretty fucking stupid for not noticing this.
Honestly, you seem to be a mentally challenged individual, since you throw a tantrum almost every time somebody criticizes Generation 2.
Again! Right back at ya! And please, could you provide an actual example of me being a supremacist when it comes to Generation 2? So many people have claimed this, and yet so few, actually, nobody, has provided any example, not even fucking one. And about me throwing a tantrum about people not liking Generation 2, seeing as most of your ilk threw a tantrum when I dared criticize the shittiest Hero Factory set in existence, Witch Doctor, I don't really feel like you have any upper hand to say anything to me about throwing tantrums. Just saying.
I like some stuff in G2, just not as much as you do.
Good to know, but sir, I have to inform you, this is irrelevant.
You have the mental capacity of a 4th grader. It's no wonder why you haven't grown in popularity.
This is irrelevant.
In B4, but you don't make videos, so your criticism shouldn't matter.
Number 1, that's true, isn't it? You don't make videos. And number 2, I don't really care if you criticize me or not. As long as it's actually criticism and not, whining on about something that happened 4 months ago. And yes, I'm bringing this up a lot in this video because I want to bash it into people's brains that you are a hypocrite.
Can't wait for you to type out an essay that I don't give 2 shits about other than to laugh at.
Congratulations, sir! You win the award for having no life at all! A big round of applause, everybody!
In before, I'm going to say the same thing, so I sound like I have the moral high ground, XD.
Moral high ground? What the fuck are you talking about? Why do all of you people seem to think this has something to do with morality, when it clearly fucking doesn't? Are you all crazy? Yeah, that must be the fucking answer. And of course, we can't forget Octoboy's stupid comment.
When you say, check my grammar minus the spelling.
No, Octoboy, that's so precious. Where the fuck did I ever say this? Because you put it in quotation marks, and I assume you think I've said this. And I'm interested. Do you have anything that I don't? Please show me. And, props for you changing your entire comment from this stupid thing that makes even less sense to this slightly less stupid thing that still makes no fucking sense. Props to you. And as one little final part of this video, I'm gonna throw in a finished, very short version of a The Box Of video from December that I made right after the last one, but didn't upload because I didn't think it was worth it. So now that I'm talking about the same subject again, I'm gonna add it in here. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later. Bye. Hey there people, Russianbox here coming at you with another video. I'm just gonna, address 2 really moronic comments on the previous video. Both of them address the same thing, but they're from different people. One of them is from this troll. I think he is a troll, because look at his fucking name. Jesus Christ. No serious fucking person would name themselves LOL, you're dead. And Trimondius. So, we have some really great intellectual minds here. Both of these people accused me of being a hypocrite because I criticized Mr. Copperfiel's horrendous grammatical errors in the comments of our discussion over a month ago. And the reason for my hypocrisy was because in the title, thumbnail, and video itself, I misspelled double with 2 B's. Are you fucking kidding me? I was kind of joking before, when I was kind of implying that they were, dumber than rocks, but I could not have believed in a million years that I was actually fucking correct. Holy shit, these people are fucking dumb and grasping for straws. Oh my god, comparing this to an extra B in double doesn't really fucking work. That's the definition of comparing apples to oranges. One of these things is not like the other. And if you have a brain and eyes, you can see that. This should not be hard to spot for anyone who is, alive. And thinking and still breathing and not a complete and utter fucking moron.
Will Star Potter make a video response to the comments because he has no life?
Yes and no.
Will Star Potter finally change his mind and admit that there's a slight chance that he's wrong?
Well, I'd like to ask you, what in particular was I wrong about?
Will Star Potter's neglecting parents get him out of the house to get a real job?
This is clear projection from a neglected child, so I will not even acknowledge it with an answer.
Find out in the next mediocre video in 3 months.
And yet you keep coming back. You must like mediocrity, I assume.
Be sure to watch out for grammatical errors left and right.
Yes, like these, and not spelling errors like these. There's a difference, Don't be a retard like this guy.